All right, in the world of software development, something huge is happening right now. It's not a new language, not a faster framework. It's a brand new kind of collaborator, one that works around the clock, never needs a coffee break, and is already contributing to thousands of projects. And look, the AI teammate isn't coming. It's already here. It's clocked in.
So to really get your head around the scale of this thing, just listen to this quote from NVIDIA's CEO, Jensen Huang. "Software is eating the world, but AI is going to eat software." That says it all, doesn't it? We're not just talking about, slightly better tools for developers. We're talking about a complete overhaul of how software itself gets created.
And if you think this is all theoretical, well, check this out. This number, 456,535. That is the number of pull requests, actual code contributions made by autonomous AI agents that were found in a recent data set. This isn't over a decade. This is just in a few months. The scale is absolutely massive, and it's happening as we speak.
So this new world we're in, it actually has a name. Software Engineering 3.0, or, SE 3.0 for short. This is the moment we're in right now. It's where AI stops being just a handy assistant and starts becoming a genuine autonomous team.
And this table here, it's a fantastic way to see how we got here. We started with SE 1.5, which was basically just autocomplete, predicting the next few characters. Then we hit SE 2.0, where AI could spit out whole functions for us. But SE 3.0, that's a whole different ballgame. The unit of work is no longer just a line of code. Now, the AI is tackling an entire feature, a whole ticket. Its autonomy is high. It can plan, it can execute, and it can even check its own work. And that completely flips the human's role. We're shifting from being the writers to being the architects, the orchestrators.
Okay, so what is one of these autonomous coding agents anyway? The best way to think about it is less like a tool and more like a junior developer. It's not just mindlessly generating code. It has a persistent memory. It can actually plan an attack for a complex problem, use tools like a debugger, and, this is the key part, reflect on what it's done to get better, all with very little hand-holding.
So on paper, these new AI teammates are amazing, right? Super fast, super productive. But just like with any new hire, it's time for a performance review. And the data is showing us something really important. Just because they're working fast doesn't mean they're always working well.
And that brings us to the big question, the real puzzle here. If these agents are so blazing fast, why is their work getting rejected so much more often than a human's? This is where the data reveals a fascinating and pretty significant quality gap.
Okay, this is where things get really interesting. Take a look at this. When a human developer builds a new feature, their work gets the green light almost 77% of the time. Pretty good, right? But look at a top-tier agent like Devin. That number drops to under 50%. That means over half the time, all that automated work just gets thrown away. Ouch.
And it's not just for new features. Look at bug fixes. Humans are still steady, around that 77% acceptance rate. But when we look at agentic PRs from something like GitHub Copilot, that number plummets to just 38%. We're talking a massive quality gap between what these agents are producing and what human-led teams actually trust enough to merge.
But wait, it's not all bad news. The story has a twist, because there is one specific part of software development where these agents aren't just keeping up, they're actually leading the pack.
And that area is documentation, which, when you think about it, makes perfect sense, right? LLMs are, at their core, natural language machines, and that's exactly what documentation is. The data backs this up big time. OpenAI Codex is hitting an acceptance rate of almost 89%, which is actually better than the human average. That's a huge, undeniable win.
Okay, so even with some of those quality issues, the sheer volume of code these AIs are pumping out creates a whole new problem, a bottleneck. Because who has time to review it all? This flood of AI-generated code is putting a massive strain on the very human process of code review. I mean, look at this. On the surface, it looks amazing. A pull request from an AI like OpenAI Codex gets reviewed and merged more than 10 times faster than a human's. But is that speed really a good thing? Or is it hiding a much bigger problem?
So this forces us to ask a really important question. Is this incredible speed a sign of hyper-efficiency and trust in the AI? Or Is it a sign that human reviewers are just so overwhelmed that they're rubber stamping the code without a proper look?
Well, the data gives us a pretty shocking answer. Just look at this breakdown. For all pull requests coming from these AI agents, a staggering 58.2% get zero formal review. None. They're just merged straight into the codebase. That's not a shortcut. That's a potential landmine.
And when we dig into the reviews that do happen, things get even weirder. Researchers have a term for it, the closed-loop review. Basically, it's when an AI's homework is graded by, well, another AI from the same company.
And it's not a small thing. Look at this. When a GitHub Copilot pull request gets reviewed by a bot, 91% of the time, that bot is GitHub's own reviewer bot. You have to wonder, right? Is that real objective oversight, or is it just an echo chamber marking its own homework?
Okay, so after all that, what's the solution? Do we just give up on these AI teammates? Of course not. You don't fire a promising new hire who makes mistakes. You coach them. And the good news is, the research gives us a fantastic coaching plan for how to make these agents better.
It's a 4-step roadmap to build better, more reliable agents. Step 1, we need better benchmarks. We have to get them out of the sterile lab and test them on messy, real-world projects to see how they really perform. Step 2, we have to learn from rejection. Every rejected PR is a goldmine of data on what went wrong. We need to analyze those failures to make the AI smarter. Step 3, we need clear authorship. It should be mandatory to label whether code came from a human or an AI. It's all about accountability. And step 4, we need to improve their planning. Let's focus on getting the agent's reasoning right before it even starts writing code. If you get the blueprint right, the building is going to be much stronger.
Look, at the end of the day, the AI teammate is here. They are part of the team. That ship has sailed. The question isn't if we're going to work with them anymore. The real question, the one that truly matters now, is how. How do we build them, coach them, and guide them into becoming partners we can genuinely trust? The answer to that is going to define the next chapter of how we all build software.